All right, I'm back for another one. This time I'm about to be on my BS. Excuse me. LeBron fans ain't gonna like this either. And you can sit here and you can look at this Kobe jersey and this Laker jersey and you could think that this is me hating on LeBron, but this has nothing to do with the hate on LeBron. This does have a lot to do with LeBron James though. And I need to set the record straight for some of us fans. See, we feel the way we feel because people in the media like to put out stupid narratives, whether it's regarding Jordan, whether it's regarding Kobe, whether it's regarding whoever. You got LeBron would do it. You got his puppets, Shannon Sharp and Nick Wright, that would go out and do it. You know, media in general likes to do it, especially his fan base. They like to change narratives and act like those things never exist. And they'll change narratives to try to work in the favor of LeBron James. But for the people that pay attention, that have a brain and have eyes and have ears and actually know what the hell they're watching and listening to, you can't fool us. We know what we see. Let me tell you what I'm talking about. Rich Paul decides to come out and say that Jordan would be 0-6 without Scottie Pippen. Same Scottie Pippen that didn't turn into Scottie Pippen until 1990. Okay? They like to change narratives. They like to act like when they bring up Jordan and his losses in the finals, in the playoffs, they forget to ignore the lack of a team that he had. They ignore those things. They also ignore the numbers he was putting up in the playoffs. They never lost because of Michael Jordan. They didn't. Go back and look at the numbers. They never lost because of Jordan. They lost because they didn't have a team. They lost because they didn't have the right coaching staff. They lost because they didn't have the right guys. So he goes and he says Jordan would be 0-6 without Scottie Pippen. Okay, you want to go there? All right. LeBron would be 0-10 right now without Anthony Davis, without Kyrie and Kevin Love, without Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh. If that's the route you want to go, again, painting narratives, trying to turn the argument around, make it seem like some of us don't know what we're talking about. Just because we're fans doesn't mean that we don't know what we're talking about. Because a lot of us are see, and people want to, LeBron James fans, Rich Paul and LeBron James want to make it about Kobe, want to make it about Michael Jordan. This has nothing to do with them. They keep getting mentioned into we keep defending them because the fans keep bringing it up. Rich Paul keeps bringing it up. And LeBron James's puppets keep bringing it up. If that's the route you want to go, Rich Paul, if that's the route you decide you want to go, let's take it there. If Jordan was going to be 0-6 in the finals without Scottie Pippen, okay, then that would mean that without Dwayne Wade, without Chris Bosh, without Kyrie Irving, without Kevin Love, without Anthony Davis, he would be 0-10. Because with those guys, with all those guys that I mentioned, he was 4-10 in the finals. It's 4-10. Again, and I'm here to set the record straight. This has nothing to do with LeBron hate, but some of you guys need to get checked because you guys have revisionist history. You guys pick and choose the arguments you want to make to defend LeBron James. So let's go there. I don't remember Jordan getting checked by anybody smarter than him. I don't. I don't remember Kobe getting checked by anybody smarter than him. Again, if this is the route you want to go. I don't remember those guys having failures in the finals. Don't. I don't. Then you want to talk about playoffs? Okay, let's talk about the playoffs, and let's talk about performances in the playoffs. Let's talk about those. The last bad performance that Kobe ever had in the playoffs was that Utah series. I believe it was his rookie year or his second year. That was the last time he had a horrible performance in the playoffs. And you want to bring up that 2010 Game 7 NBA Finals against the Celtics, go ahead. Yeah, he didn't shoot the ball well, but he was still out there defending, playing both sides of the ball. He was still out there grabbing rebounds and doing the things that he needed to do. And what did they do? They ended up winning. Again, I don't remember Kobe getting checked by anybody smarter than him, especially guys like J.J. Barea and Jason Terry. I don't remember those things because those things never happened. The same can go for Jordan. Did Jordan have failures in the playoffs? Yeah, he did, especially early on. But here's what again, these are the narratives that LeBron James's puppets want to put out there. They forget about the team that he had then. They forget about the teams that he ran into. And then they went, oh, well, LeBron James beat the Golden State Warriors, and the Golden State Warriors in an era where there's no hand check, where you can't play up on them defensively. A game that allows the offense or the ball handler space. That's the game we're talking about now. And oh, by the way, still lost some of those finals to the Warriors too. So all this narrative changing and so on and so forth, like, come on. This is propaganda by LeBron James and his camp. Because we see past the BS. Fans like us, and again, this is not about Kobe and this is not about Jordan. You guys make it about that. When I'm saying you guys, I'm talking about LeBron fans, LeBron puppets, LeBron James, Rich Paul. You guys make it about Jordan. You guys make it about Kobe. You guys get offended when LeBron James isn't in somebody's top 5 or he's not number 1 on somebody's list. That's you guys. It's not us. We know what we saw. We know. We also know that LeBron James, prior to Kobe Bryant arriving on that Olympic team, lost twice with the same roster that they had when Kobe got there. Gee, I wonder how. I wonder how that was possible. If LeBron James is that dynamic, and I'm not saying he's not great, because he's great. He's going to the Hall of Fame for a reason. Dude's playing 23 years. There's nothing not great about that. He is absolutely great. But the way you guys put this man on a pedestal, like he's above Jordan, like he's above Kobe, why couldn't he do it? Why could he not do it on the Olympic basketball team without Kobe? He didn't win his first gold medal until Kobe got there. There's a reason for that. And let's not act like, here, another thing that I'm going to point out too, because I need to call this out. Again, I call it like I see it. If you're my homeboy, if you're my homie, And if somebody's talking bad about you, or let me say it this way. If I consider you a brother and I've called you a brother publicly, and I see somebody talking bad about you, shouldn't I step up to defend you? Shouldn't I have your back? There's a reason why I'm bringing this up. LeBron James has always claimed Kobe was his brother. He said it publicly. We know it's there because he did it. He said it publicly. So when everybody like his puppets and the media started dogging Kobe over the last year and a half, 2 years since he's been gone, even after he was gone, why hasn't LeBron James stepped up to defend him? If that is your brother, as you claimed he was, why aren't you defending him? Why aren't you defending his honor? Why is that? People like me want to know. Why aren't you defending this man? You got no problem defending other players in the league, other players from other leagues. You got no issues defending people in other sports. But why couldn't you defend Kobe? This is your brother. I defend my brother. Anybody speaks bad about my brother, I'm 100% defending him. Anybody that talks down or talks bad about a friend of mine, a really close friend of mine, and I hear it, well, I'm going to speak up and I'm going to say something. Because this is what real friends and real family do. We go up to bat for our loved ones, for our people. LeBron James clearly loves the fact that Kobe's legacy is being attacked. Because he's not saying a word. Why is that? Answer the question. I already know LeBron fans don't like the truth. Nick Wright, Shannon Sharp, they don't like the truth. They like talking about specific things that only benefit LeBron James and his legacy, while diminishing everybody else's. Because this is what they do. This is media propaganda. And you got a bunch of buffoons out there that listen to this nonsense and eat it all up. They eat it all up. But I'm glad that there's guys in this league, or guys, former players, that have played against the likes of Jordan and Kobe, that stand here and defend them to this day. To this day. Jordan's resume speaks for itself. It does. He's 6-0 in the finals. Yeah, he's lost some games in the playoffs early on in his career. But let's not act like that never happened to LeBron James. And he played in a weak Eastern Conference. And now in the Western Conference, he's barely scrapping by. Barely. And the people want to talk about Kobe's so-called choke job against the Phoenix Suns. He dragged, meaning Kobe dragged that Lakers team into the playoffs as the 8th seed. And they almost, as the 8th seed, again, something that nobody wants to talk about. He dragged them in as the 8th seed when they had guys like Smush Parker and Kwame Brown as starters. He dragged that team into the playoffs and almost beat the number 1 seed. Meanwhile, LeBron James is getting checked by Jason Terry and JJ Barea, and doesn't even bother to show up in the finals. Change your keep on with your little narratives. That's cool. But for some of us that have a brain, we see past the BS. And Rich Paul, you could try to change any narrative you want to help LeBron's legacy. It is what it is. He won 4 titles with a bunch of superstars. Jordan only had Pippen for the first 3, and then for the final 3, he had Pippen and Rodman. You could bring up Kobe and the fact that he had Shaq, but you pull up his numbers in the playoffs and the finals run, you can see what it is. Kobe was no Robin. And Shaq will tell you they don't win those championships without Kobe. And it's 20-something points a game, 30 points a game. Think about that. It was Kobe that led Pau Gasol and the rest of the Lakers to 3 straight trips to the NBA Finals. Won 1 and then lost 2 in a row back to back. I'm just saying. Keep trying to change the narratives. We're not blind. And we sure the hell ain't stupid. Servant Podcast. Hit that like, subscribe button, and leave your comments down below. I'm out.